Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The Duggar family has long been in the spotlight for their enormous brood, strong religious convictions, and reality television fame that began with 19 kids and counting and continued through Counting On. But behind the polished smiles and picturesque family gatherings, there are real human stories, some of them joyful, others full of quiet pain and perseverance. The latest chapter unfolding in the Duggar family's ongoing saga centers on John David Duggar and his wife, Abbie Duggar, who have just revealed a deeply personal struggle during what should be one of the happiest times of their lives, Abbie's pregnancy with their third child. According to sources close to the family and subtle hints shared by the couple themselves, Abbie has endured multiple hospitalizations over the past several months as she navigates an unexpectedly difficult pregnancy. The news has shocked fans who remember her bubbly demeanor and radiant glow in previous pregnancy updates. Now, that bright smile hides a story of resilience, faith, and a mother's unwavering love. A love story rooted in faith and simplicity. Before diving into the recent hardships, it's worth remembering how John David and Abbie's story began, a story that seemed, at first, like a fairy tale grounded in faith. John David, one of the middle Duggar sons, had long been known for his quiet steadiness. While his brothers, particularly Josh and Joseph, made headlines for various reasons, John David often kept a low profile. He worked as a pilot, a volunteer first responder, and was often described by his family as the steady hand in turbulent times. Abbie entered his life in 2018, and the two quickly became inseparable. Their courtship and engagement were covered on Counting On, and fans fell in love with their gentle chemistry and mutual respect. Unlike some Duggar relationships that seemed stiff or rushed, John and Abbie's bond felt natural and sincere. After marrying in November 2018, they settled into a quiet life in Arkansas, often appearing together in wholesome photos that reflected their shared joy. When their first child, Grace Annette Duggar, was born in January 2020, the couple appeared overjoyed, calling her a gift straight from heaven. Their second child, Charlie, arrived in 2022, and again, fans celebrated the couple's growing family. But as they now prepare for baby number 3, the journey has been anything but smooth. When pregnancy becomes a test of faith, Abbie's latest pregnancy announcement initially seemed to follow the usual Duggar pattern: sweet photos, matching outfits, and joyful captions filled with Bible verses. Yet attentive followers noticed subtle differences this time. Instead of sharing frequent updates or glowing selfies, Abbie's social media presence grew sporadic. When she did post, her captions often spoke about strength through trials, leaning on God, and finding peace amid storms. Fans speculated something might be wrong, but the couple, typically private, remained silent. Then, several weeks ago, Abbie reportedly confided in close friends and family that she had been hospitalized more than once due to complications. While the exact nature of those hospitalizations hasn't been publicly confirmed, Duggar insiders have shared that Abbie experienced severe hyperemesis gravidarum, a rare and debilitating pregnancy condition characterized by extreme nausea, vomiting, and dehydration. Abbie's been through a lot, one family source revealed. She's had to go in for fluids and monitoring multiple times. It's taken a toll on her body, but she's doing everything she can to stay positive and keep her baby healthy. The silent battle. Living with hyperemesis gravidarum. Hyperemesis gravidarum HG isn't your average morning sickness. It's far more intense. It can lead to dangerous dehydration, electrolyte imbalances, and rapid weight loss. For some women, even the smell of food can trigger uncontrollable nausea. It's the same condition that afflicted Kate Middleton, the Princess of Wales, during her pregnancies, and it often requires hospital treatment. Abbie's situation mirrors that struggle. While she's known for her cheerful personality, she reportedly found herself bedridden for weeks at a time. Her husband, John David, has stepped up in remarkable ways, caring for both Grace and Charlie while juggling his responsibilities as a pilot and first responder. In one particularly emotional post shared privately among friends, Abbie wrote, "This pregnancy has been harder than I could have imagined. Some days I can barely get out of bed, but when I look at my little ones and remember that God is still in control, I find the strength to keep going." For a woman raised in a close-knit Christian community where motherhood is both a calling and a symbol of devotion, admitting vulnerability is no small thing. Yet Abbie's honesty has touched many who know the physical and emotional weight of difficult pregnancies. John David's quiet strength. Those who know John David Duggar describe him as deeply loyal and grounded. He's always preferred the background, choosing to focus on service over self-promotion. Now, that humble nature is proving invaluable as he becomes Abbie's rock through her health challenges. "John's been amazing," another insider said. "He's been right by her side through every hospital visit, every sleepless night. He's taken on more with the kids and the home so Abbie can rest. You can tell he's completely devoted to her." Fans have occasionally caught glimpses of this devotion. In one candid photo from a recent family gathering, John was seen holding Abbie's hand protectively while she sat quietly beside him, wrapped in a shawl. Her face looked pale but peaceful. It was a small moment, but one that spoke volumes about the bond they share. In a world where Duggar family dynamics are often criticized for rigid gender roles, John and Abbie's relationship stands out as unusually balanced. They seem to operate as true partners, something Abbie herself has commented on in the past. "John is my safe place," she said in a 2022 interview. "He's patient, kind, and never complains. I'm so thankful for the husband God gave me." Fans react, from concern to compassion. When news broke that Abbie had been hospitalized multiple times, counting on fans flooded social media with prayers and well wishes. Threads on Reddit, Facebook, and Duggar fan pages were filled with messages like, "I've been through HG, it's no joke. My heart breaks for Abbie. She always looks so full of joy. I hope she's getting the care she needs." This is one of the few Duggar couples that genuinely seem to love each other, praying for her healing. Others pointed out that the Duggars' public image often hides the grueling reality of motherhood. "People think it's all smiles and baby announcements," one commenter wrote. "But behind those pictures are real women going through pain, exhaustion, and medical issues." Abbie being open about that could help a lot of other women feel less alone. It's true, Abbie's quiet openness has sparked conversations about maternal health in conservative Christian communities that often emphasize endurance over empathy. For many, seeing a Duggar woman acknowledge physical struggle is both surprising and encouraging. The Duggar family's response. The Duggar parents, Jim, Bob, and Michelle, have reportedly been a source of comfort for John and Abbie during this difficult time. Michelle, who herself endured 19 pregnancies, knows firsthand the toll that pregnancy can take on the body and spirit. A family insider revealed that Michelle has been checking in constantly and offering to help with Grace and Charlie when Abbie needs rest. Michelle's very maternal and supportive, the source said. She understands that every pregnancy is different, and she's been praying with Abbie regularly. Meanwhile, Abbie's sisters-in-law Jessa, Jana, and Joy Anna have all reached out with encouragement. Joy Anna, who has experienced both loss and high-risk pregnancies, reportedly offered Abbie some heartfelt advice. "Listen to your body. It's okay to rest. God's got this." That advice seems to have resonated deeply with Abbie, who has been learning to slow down, despite her natural desire to stay busy and productive. Balancing faith and fear. Faith has always been the foundation of the Duggar family's life, and Abbie is no exception. Her Instagram bio even reads, "Saved by grace through faith in Jesus Christ." But faith doesn't always erase fear. It coexists with it, creating a delicate balance between trust and uncertainty. In one post that appeared briefly on her Instagram stories before being deleted, Abbie shared a passage from Psalm 46:1. "God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble." The verse seemed to encapsulate her mindset, a woman clinging to her faith while weathering one of the hardest seasons of her life. "She's scared sometimes," a friend admitted, When she's in the hospital and the doctors are running tests, she prays out loud. But she's also incredibly strong. She believes this baby is meant to be, no matter what she has to go through to bring them into the world. Life inside the hospital walls. Those close to Abbie have described her hospital stays as emotionally draining but also deeply reflective. She reportedly keeps a journal, writing down her prayers, hopes, and even the small blessings she notices, like when John reads scripture beside her bed or when Grace's drawing is taped to the wall. During one particularly rough hospitalization, Abbie was said to have looked out the hospital window at sunset and whispered to John, "God paints the sky even when we can't see the brushstrokes." Moments like that reveal the quiet resilience that defines her character. Despite pain, fear, and uncertainty, she continues to look for beauty in the midst of suffering. Hospital staff have reportedly described her as gracious and kind, even when she's clearly uncomfortable. "She always says thank you," one nurse allegedly shared. Even when she's nauseous or dizzy, she'll smile and say, "I appreciate you being here." That kind of spirit is rare. The weight of motherhood. For many Duggar women, motherhood is seen not just as a life stage, but as a sacred calling, a tangible expression of faith and obedience. But as Abbie's experience shows, that calling can sometimes come with a heavy cost. She's had to temporarily let go of homeschooling Grace, attending large family gatherings, and even participating in church events. While some in her circle have praised her strength, others have gently reminded her that self-care is also an act of faith. She's learning that surrendering to rest isn't weakness. One family friend said, "It's a form of trust, trusting that God can handle things even when she can't." That lesson may be one of the hardest for Abbie, who's always been active and hands-on, but it's also reshaping her understanding of what it means to be a mother. Instead of perfection, she's learning to embrace presence. Instead of performance, she's embracing grace. A glimpse toward the future. Despite the struggles, there is light ahead. According to family updates, Abbie's condition has stabilized somewhat, and doctors are cautiously optimistic about the rest of her pregnancy. While she continues to receive monitoring, she's reportedly able to spend more time at home now, surrounded by her children and supportive husband. She still has tough days, a friend said, but there's hope. She's smiling again, even if it's a tired smile. The couple has also begun discussing names for their third baby, though they haven't revealed the gender yet. Fans are already speculating online, tossing around ideas like Faith, Hope, or Elias, names that reflect the family's deep-rooted spirituality. For now, John and Abbie are focusing on taking each day as it comes. They've chosen to keep much of their journey private, but their silence speaks volumes. Not every story needs to be shared to be felt. The bigger picture, what Abbie's journey represents. In a family often defined by headlines, Abbie's quiet strength offers something different, a reminder that even in the most traditional of families, change and growth are happening. She's breaking unspoken barriers by showing vulnerability, by admitting that motherhood isn't always easy or picture perfect. Her openness, intentional or not, is giving other women permission to acknowledge their own struggles without shame. For fans who have followed the Duggar family for years, this is a welcome shift. Instead of carefully curated perfection, we are seeing authenticity. Instead of blind optimism, we are seeing faith tested and deepened through adversity. Support from the Duggar sisters. Among all the Duggar siblings, Abbie reportedly shares a particularly close bond with Jana Duggar, who, as the oldest daughter and still unmarried at 35, has taken on a nurturing, almost sisterly role in many of the younger couple's lives. Jana has been visiting Abbie regularly, helping with the kids and providing emotional support. "Jana's been a rock," said a source. "She's the one who drops by with soup, helps fold laundry, or just sits and talks when Abbie's feeling low. It's been a beautiful example of sisterhood." Jessa Seawald has also been vocal in her support, recently liking a comment on Instagram that read, "Prayers for Abbie's health and her precious baby." Fans took notice, interpreting it as a subtle but meaningful acknowledgement of what Abbie's going through. Even Jinger Vuolo, who lives in California, reportedly sent a care package filled with cozy blankets, snacks, and handwritten notes from her daughters. "We love you and are praying daily," one note read. "A mother's heart," Abbie's reflection. In one of the few glimpses she's shared since her hospitalization, Abbie recently posted a black and white photo of her hand resting on her baby bump. The caption read simply, "Every kick reminds me that this pain has purpose." It's a raw and beautiful sentiment, one that perfectly encapsulates her journey. For all the hospital visits, sleepless nights, and moments of uncertainty, Abbie continues to hold on to hope. She knows that one day soon, she'll hold her third child in her arms, and every tear, every ache, every prayer will feel worth it. Her story isn't just about one pregnancy, it's about courage, faith, and the quiet heroism of mothers who fight battles unseen by the world. And perhaps, in a way, Abbie's journey is helping to redefine what it means to be a Duggar woman, not just obedient or joyful, but resilient, introspective, and real. The road ahead. Faith renewed. As the due date draws closer, the family remains cautiously optimistic. They're taking it one day at a time, a close friend shared. John's protective, the kids are excited, and Abbie's finally able to smile again without forcing it. That's a huge step. No matter what comes next, one thing is certain, Abbie Burnett Duggar's story will continue to inspire. Her strength under pressure, her faith in the face of fear, and her gentle transparency remind us that even in families built on tradition, there's room for honesty and healing. As Abbie herself once wrote in a personal journal entry shared with a friend, "Life doesn't always look like the picture we imagined, but sometimes the most beautiful stories are painted with the tears we never planned to cry."